If you're someone dealing with tight hips, this video might be for you. I've spent the last few months actually working on hip mobility. Although it's far from perfect, it's a lot better than when I started the year. And I've noticed these improvements in my squats, my lunges, and for my clients, I've noticed even improvements in low back pain. So these movements are effective for pretty much everybody. Now, you don't necessarily have to do all of these movements, but I think incorporating some of them into your routine could help, especially when it comes to the warm-up or pretty exhausting for certain movements. That being said, let's get into the first part of the video. I broke it up into 3 parts. The first part you could do like in your warm-ups. So the first few movements, you don't need any equipment really. We'll just grab a mat here. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna be in a lunge position. And then all you're gonna do from this position is we're gonna be in a lunge position, but slightly leaned forward to stretch out the hip flexors a little bit. All you're gonna do here is you're gonna come up and we're just gonna rock here. You're gonna feel this in your lower body generally, but I feel this specifically right in this hip, okay? Do like 15 to 20 of these. I guarantee this is gonna be burning a little bit. Okay, so moving out of this hip flexor stretch, you're actually gonna bring the foot out to the side here. Make sure that foot is planted, pointed forward as well. It's gonna be a good adductor stretch here. All you're gonna do is sit back into it. And that's a really good stretch. Started doing this with some hockey goalies I was training way back when. You can do this on the other side as well. I'll show you from this side now. All right, so now we're set up in a 90-90, which is the next exercise for today. This one, we're just gonna rock back and forth. And then we're going to follow it up with a 90-90 stretch also, but we're going to work on the external hip. As you can see, that's my left foot coming off the ground there, and we're just working on that external hip. This is the other side as well. I'm trying to lift that off the ground if I can. Okay, we're going to do hip cars. This is great for improving range of motion here. I should have enough room. I'm going to hold on to something. We're going to start in this position right here. We're going to cross the leg over first. We're going to go up. We're going to go out as much as we can here. You're going to externally rotate. And then we're going to come back. And then we're going to come down there. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. So we're going to lift up. And we're going to come forward, internally rotate. I'm going to bring that forward. Now mine obviously is not perfect. Show you with my left leg now. This is something that is very challenging, and I feel like my outer hip, my abductors cramp a little bit. So we're here, up. Externally rotate here. Get all the way back. And this one you're doing nice and controlled always. Okay, I'm still trying to improve that. That's also gotten better over time. Next movement here is my hip adductors. They're very tight, so I work on the sit in a cross-legged position, and I'm trying to use my arms to bring down my knees as well. And then if you want an added stretch here, you can put some kettlebells or some kind of weights on your knees just to help you get into a deeper stretch here. And then last movement of the first part of this video is the froggers. So legs are out, knees are out, and then I'm trying to push back, and then you really do feel a good stretch in your hip adductors there. Okay, so on to like the second portion. This is where some equipment is needed, but I mean, you can also do this around the house as well. We're gonna do lateral step downs, okay? So what we're doing here is we're coming out to the side. You can either tap with the toe, right, gently, or tap with the heel. We're coming out to the side, right? And we're just tapping that down. This is gonna work the knee as well, but I feel like this is a good little hip movement as well. Shoot the hips back, and then we're just tapping down. We can make this a little bit harder by adding another step, so you're raising yourself off the ground. And I'll show you this from the other side as well. So we're going out to the side here, hips back. All right, next up, you've seen these before. If you've been watching my videos, you should be pretty familiar with this one. This is the Cossack Squat. I have the TRX because I still need that. Use that as assistance as needed. And then our next movement is the single leg glute bridge. You can definitely use 2 legs if you want to, but this is the slightly more challenging variation. Of course, it's going to bring up the glutes, but it will also help with some hip stability as well. And then we have our next movement, which is basically just a high knee in a lying down position, band around some kind of object, and then we're making sure we're exploding from the bottom and controlling it on the way down. And this is going to work on that hip strength as well. So our next movement, a little awkward, but you get used to it after a while. Ball's going to be against the wall, okay? With my right leg, I'm going to be pushing into the wall. And then my left leg is also pushing into the wall, but it's like pushing off the ground. All we're going to do here is we're going to lift the leg. Okay, I'm pushing into the wall and lifting up as well. So that's why it can be a little challenging. You're going to feel this in probably both hips, I would say. Okay, we're pushing into the wall. You can just literally do an isometric hold here. Or we can also move this throughout a little bit of range of motion here. Oh. And then we'll do the other side as well. Another hip mobility drill here. One leg is going to be pushing into the ball. And what you're going to do is you're going to get into squat position. And you're going to twist out this other leg as much as you can, working that inner hip here of the outer leg. Okay, so we're here. So you're going to twist, pushing into the ball here, twisting out. And last but not least, we have our strength and stability movements, okay, or exercises, whatever you want to say. We're going to start on the Smith machine, reverse lunges. Now, this is probably the worst one to film because this is in the worst position ever. We can also do this with barbell. We could do with dumbbells, but I wanted to use the Smith machine today just to work on a little bit more control and stability here. Feet are going to be in front. We're going to take a big step back. Boom. Of course, we add weight to this, but I'm just going to do it like this for demonstration purposes. We're here. You could definitely add load to this. And obviously this is not only going to strengthen your legs, it's going to strengthen your hips as well. All right, if you have access to a sled, this one's a good one as well. We're not doing a typical sled push. What we're going to do is a sled push with a march. Okay? You don't need a lot of weight here, but this is what it looks like here. You can go straight arms. And you can actually be a little bit more straight up than usual. And we're just going to go high knees in, okay? All right, so here we got a single leg deadlift next. All right, we're here. This one's pretty simple. You're going to be on one leg. You're going to try to keep your back straight, keep that leg straight, feel a stretch in your hamstring. I'm going to come out of there. So bam. It's all about control here. Working on hip stability. It's all about control here. Working on that stability on this left leg. That's the one that's planted. Go the other side here. And that's the end of the video here. It was a lot of hip strengthening and mobility stuff. I feel like this is important for not only for real life, but if you're training for a sport, high rock specifically too, this could definitely be beneficial. Generally speaking, most people have tight hips. So I feel like some of these movements and incorporating that into your routine can help you when it comes to longevity, stability, just overall living with less pain. I think that's always the goal. And if you made it this far, feel free to subscribe, like the video for more content like this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.